I have to admit, this is a pretty sweet shot. I was not thinking that he could actually do this and stand on a table or any other furniture, but yeah, our little friend Feline, aka Palico, who we met over in Othard for our successful defeat against Rathalos in the launch of the Monster Hunter World campaign, has given us a lovely little minion. Plus, now that we've had the opportunity to grind the battle out a little, we've also picked up some of the music from the game too. Yeah, he's a little shy right now. I mean, hey, he's certainly got a lot of plenty good food here, especially from our barbecue pit, which will just remain on a rotisserie forever, never to be consumed because for whatever reason the game made it so that you can't eat it. I know, it's so delicious, it looks so good and it's so tempting, and yet we can't eat it! It's so heartbreaking! But nonetheless, having a little Palico along with us, carrying his little cloud-inspired shovel with him, is definitely become something that is very enjoyable. And to think that this little guy is just the beginning of what is going to be unquestionably the busiest month in Final Fantasy XIV history. So with that in mind, greetings people of the world, Matthew back with you here in Overall Autism for another edition of the Tales of Eorzea vlog here on Final Fantasy XIV's Exodus server. Yeah, I'm probably just going to keep painting the camera around while I'm doing this particular vlog just so you can see where Palico goes. Because obviously this is going to be quite cute and hilarious. I mean, look at this. Chilling out by the cake. Yeah, just chilling out by the name day cake, having fun, going wherever he goes, enjoying himself. But yeah, for those of you guys who have had the opportunity to see the Monster Hunter World crossover promo events thus far, I mean, it's certainly been... I will say that it has been very enjoyable to get to relive that experience with my other characters who are eligible to do so. I did mention during the stream when I showed off the Monster Hunter World crossover that the one thing I wish that they would have done is give us more battles leading up to Rathalos. I mean, yeah, it was cool and all that we were able to get a great story here with our little friend Palico, but it would have been really sweet if we got to see the Monster Hunter World aspect of the story a little more flushed out. Because I feel like that has happened more in other crossovers, most notably with Yokai Watch, where you get to free the Yokai Whisper, and you get to take him back to his friend that's over at the Gold Saucer, and then you get to go on an adventure to get even more yokai. Sorry about that. And so, yeah, it's a great event, and I'm definitely enjoying it. Definitely enjoying the music that we're getting as well, but it would have been cool if they gave us more battles leading up to the battle with Rathalos. That would have been, I think, a really great way to flush out the story a little more. But at least we'll now always have the regular version of the battle and the extreme version of battle that we can do whenever we want to in order to accumulate more stuff and obtain more goodies to claim for our own. And yeah, like I said, this is only just the start of the month of August that is going to be one of Final Fantasy's busiest, because officially starting on Monday is the Moonfire Fair, so there will be video out for that, which means given that it's Moonfire Fair, you can expect to see our lovely little Rika coming back out to join us and have some fun over at the Isle of Endless Summer over in Costa del Sol. And then, of course, 2 weeks after that will be the Rising, and Final Fantasy XIV, their dev team is going to be doing a really big special webcast to celebrate the 5-year anniversary of the launch of A Realm Reborn, so there's no question that we have a lot to look forward to. One thing that I'm also glad that we're really got to see back here at the Free Company, and this is something that's certainly has been quite interesting in the last couple of weeks, or this week specifically, is the fact that you might remember Corinne's eternal bond partner, Olivier. He went to go and join his friends who had set up in the Marlborough server, but earlier this week he decided that he wanted to come and not only rejoin our well, not necessarily rejoin, but come back to us after a long hiatus, and at the same time also create a new character while he was at it. So it was nice to see that he wanted to do that and bring some more love back to the free company that helped him on his way. And certainly we are very grateful that we were able to be the free company that gave him his start and his launch and really helped him to gain a true appreciation for this game. So it was really nice to see Olivier return now, and of course now that we have cross-world link shells, we have a way to stay in touch with him. We can do things with him in party whenever he wants to do so with us. And not only that, we can of course encourage his friends to join too. We need to set that up though so that we can get in contact with his friends over on Marlborough, but it's nice to know that we now have that option to be able to get greater contact with Olivier again now that he is spending more of his time over on Marlborough. And something else I'll also mention, and I don't know how long you guys have been following the vlog, depending on how long you've been watching it, but one of our old free company members who we never actually kicked out, because as you'll see, 538 days since their last login, but for Anika Fire, who was here with her fiance, now husband, Leaf Nightbane, they were with us very early on. They took their ceremony of eternal bonding while our free company was still very much in its infancy, and they had the opportunity to do that, and we were really proud of them. But and they had life situations where they wanted to ensure that they could ensure that they were having a that they could keep themselves, their real lives, successful, and so that's what they did. Even though we have not seen them in a long time, it was nice to hear recently from Anika through our free company's Facebook page that she's been in Japan over the course of the last few months. And yeah, it seems like so many of our free company members and friends of seem to be making a mass exodus to Japan. I mean, I don't know why it seems like Japan's the hot spot now to be. It seems like everyone wants to go there. Skyla wants to go there, Yami wants to go there, Winter wants to go there, and now Anika's been there for months. And so it's really incredible to see how many of our free company members have been now choosing to live in Japan on a full-time basis. Like, I feel like I will not lie, it's definitely got me thinking, like, is it worth it to go there myself? Because for my own personal experience, like I have so much commitment here in Canada. I have my job, of course, as well as because yeah, being the privateer YouTuber that I am, there's no way I can live off of a YouTube wage, as it were. And on top of that, there's also, of course, all the volunteer commitments that I'm involved with things like Extra Life and other things that are involved here locally in my hometown and near my hometown. So finding people to be willing to take over and do those things, like, that's hard. That's not easy to find people who are interested or willing to do what you've been doing for years and just drop in and say, okay, this is how it goes, this is what you do, go and make us proud. It's not easy. And it really is what I feel like, it's probably like the one thing that's probably discouraging me the most from if I ever chose to go to Japan. The one thing that would discourage me from doing so would be because of so many volunteer responsibilities and obligations that people know me for and appreciate. And I feel like it's really something that I need to make sure that if it ever happens, that I need to make sure those loose ends are tied up and that I can go be in Japan with Skyla and Anika and Yami and Winter with a peace of mind. Because you need to have that sense of closure and not have any regrets that everything's gonna fall apart once you leave. So I felt that was important to talk about because, like I said, that we have so many people of our free company and who used to be in our free company who are now off in Japan now and having the time of their lives, it seems. So there is another thing as well that I am going to talk about, and this is going to be part 1 of my vlog. I will have a part 2 later on, which is going to be more of an opinion piece, but in addition to this week being the launch of the Monster Hunter World crossover, there is also the first official trailer, the first official teaser trailer, for the new Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video game for the Nintendo Switch. Now, the reason I bring this up is because any Final Fantasy fan will be fully familiar with the fact that at about a year or so ago, towards the end of the Wii U's existence, as far as a viable console, and before they moved on to the Switch, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII was one of the very last characters to be included as a DLC fightable character. And so the fact that we got Cloud to be able to be played as a character in Super Smash Bros. Was really amazing, and it definitely solidified the term of breaking the internet. We'll just say, because anyone who saw that news that Cloud of Final Fantasy VII Novel games was going to be one of the last characters to be featured in Super Smash Bros. Wii U, it definitely got everyone's attention, and suddenly everyone who had a Wii U who didn't have Smash Bros. Had to get it. And so that really got me to thinking, now that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's trailers are starting to be released for the Nintendo Switch, and with the game soon coming, the question now has to be asked: if there was ever a possibility that a Final Fantasy XIV character could be featured as a DLC unlockable character in the future, who would it be? I'm going to talk about this further in a video that I'm hoping to put out later this weekend. But I'd certainly encourage you to keep an eye on that, because I am planning on putting that out hopefully by the end of the weekend, because I really feel like I go into my thoughts on this briefly, but I could probably go into a lot more detail on why the characters that I think who are in Final Fantasy XIV could get a spot in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is worth it. And I really love to hear people's thoughts and feelings on what they think could be a viable character for featuring in Final Fantasy XIV through Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So I would certainly encourage you guys to keep an eye on that. It should be out later this weekend, and I hope that you will share your opinions and thoughts and feelings on what you think could be such a character that could be bestowed such an honor such as Cloud was in Final Fantasy through Final Fantasy VII. So, that is going to do it for this edition of the Tales of Eorzea vlog. As always, if you have a character here on Exodus or looking to create one on Exodus, and you're looking to create a character to join our free company, we'd be more than happy to have you with us. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and on behalf of our little friend Palico, until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon. Yeah, I guess Palico's a little shy that I'm saying goodbye, at least for now, but don't worry, we'll see him again.